Now after limits, we are now on the derivatives. Now the topic is limits and derivatives. Okay. Now derivative and limit, when I told you right in the beginning when we started for limits, I told you that we are stepping in the field of calculus and very important branch of mathematics. Now after the limits, then we are on the derivatives. Now basically what derivative is? Now I can just give you an example. Now suppose in a quiet lake you are just dropping a stone in it, then what will happen? What will happen? There will be some ripples which will go on expanding like this, like this, like this, like this one. Is it clear? Now is it possible to find the rate at which the position is changing? Position of the ripples is changing. Is it possible? Now same thing. In the real life situations, we can go through certain real life situations, many things you can go for it. For example, suppose we are just taking that a water tank, we are filling the water tank, then can we predict that at what speed the water should fall in the reservoir so that it becomes full? Or second option can be, the water is flowing in such a way that can we predict that when it will be overflowing, okay, or at what level should we just switch off the electric motor or whatever it is. Second thing is, now scientists nowadays, we are very advanced, we are having lot of technology especially for the space, okay. Now scientists, what they are doing? Scientists need to compute the precise velocity with which the satellite needs to shoot the rockets, okay. So all these things is the prediction. We can go for the weather also, we can go for the share market also, we can go for the number of things. So this was given first by a pioneer mathematician, that was from the German, and his name was Gottfried and the duration he worked was, it was like. So normally what we are going, we are always pronouncing it as Leibniz, only this word we are using, okay. So he was a polymath from a German, a famous mathematician and a philosopher. So what right in the beginning, what he gave? Now he connected the concept of derivative with that of the slope of tangent to the curve at a point on it, and this gave the idea. This is a very, very nice important thing. Now in the straight lines, you have gone through the slope, we can find the slope of a tangent. How we can find the slope of a tangent? If we are having 2 points, we are just writing it, m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now is it possible that we can give the slope with any other means? Yes, it is. That is with the derivatives, okay. So I will be showing you how it is possible, and in the next class, in class 12th, we will be having a very nice chapter on the tangents and normals, and there you will see, you will be just looking at what happened, what we have done in class 11 for the slope, and how easy we are here with the derivatives, okay. So this was a very brief introduction about the differentiation, what the derivatives, and now we are stepping, I will step by step, I will show you what is the importance of it.